being a comedian, well, that complicates things a lot. You can't really, well, talk about everything. You have to pick and choose what you want to talk about. And well, just because it's comedy doesn't mean that, well, it doesn't make you think, or well, that it's funny, but in a fucked up way. You know, some things can be really funny in a fucked up way, where they don't make you laugh. They make you want to cry. Or they make you laugh and cry because, well, there's a lot of validity and truth in it. People are often saying, well, why don't you talk about something else that's more uplifting, upbeat? And I do talk about things that are uplifting, upbeat. You just don't, well, pay attention to that. You like the drama. The whole, oh, I'm ganging up on this person. Or I'm ganging up on this group. You know, somebody recently said that, well, I don't talk about, well, the dysfunction in any other group besides, well, the white community. That's not true. But, well, of course, people don't know what I talk about. So, let me talk about some dysfunction in, well, another community that apparently, well, I never talk about. Well, there's nothing really to talk about because, well, we know that white supremacy exists. They're like, we're black supremacy. Purple people now, black supremacy. You're a black racist. No doubt. They probably are. But, well, there's no such thing as black supremacy, especially in the United States of America. I mean, come on. What are you trying to sell me here? I ordered a turkey sandwich, and you're trying to sell me a hamburger. The two are not even remotely the same. But, well, let's talk about black supremacy. Because, well, if it did ever exist, it would definitely be the same ailment that affects the white community. You know, the church. You know, there's probably some black supremacy in there. If I, well, turn over a stone, look over there, open the door, I'll probably see something that's very eerily similar. You know, more stupidity, more people, well, saying to do something, but not living their life the way they're, well, preaching. You know, those types. And you know, I can mention names, but well, that doesn't help anybody. That doesn't, well, uplift the community. But I will like highlight something that I think is so, well, really sad in nature and not really so funny. And well, it'll probably have you laughing because, well, it'll keep you from crying. You know, everybody is like, oh, you know, the cool trend is to say protect black women. And well, you would think that there would be a lot of protection of black women. But I just told you, the 14th trans individual, the 14th trans individual, all of them of color, all of them identifying as black transgender women, has been murdered in the United States. And this is just the month of May. So it doesn't seem like there's very much protection. And most of these funerals, well, they don't make headlines. Nobody comes to see, well, a transgender black woman who's been murdered in a hotel room. You know, I was watching the story of Jada Patterson, and well, she was found in North Carolina in a motel room, murdered. Nobody knows by who, just found there. And it didn't make any headline news. Al Sharpton wasn't there. Benjamin Crump hasn't, well, gone to the family, as far as I know. Nobody is really talking about it on, well, the black YouTube channels. You know, what is the channel? Fleece Nubian Queens? Oh, yeah. No. It's Fly Nubian Queens. Yeah. You know, about that, the Nubian thing. There's nobody that works on that network that's actually Nubian. You know, Nubians actually have money. And well, nobody that works on that network is Nubian. We know that. I did a simple Google search, and the I didn't see anybody that worked on that network being Nubian. You know, it and there's a lot of money disputes, but that's the kind of thing that goes on. You know, so it's like you're like, well, tell us more about the dysfunction. Well, you hear about it from Candace Owens enough. Black on black crime, you know, the murders, the gangs, it's going up exponentially in Chicago. I hear it's really, really bad. The shootings, the carjackings, the murders. It's horrible. It's through the roof. And you know, there's not many people doing anything about it, you know. It's a shame that somebody that should be retired, probably having an island off named to themselves, you know, with a whole harem of women, or, anything that the dude wants. It's like literally online telling people to lay low. You know, it's a shame when your OG has to do that. But, that's the black community, the African American community for you in a nutshell. So you're like, oh, well, tell us some more. You know, one more thing, and then we'll go to bed. Well, you know, it's come to my attention that, people have gripes and concerns, but not much is ever done. Nobody really presses to the fire, you know, puts the pedal to the metal. And, you know, the few people that end up doing that, they don't get very much support at all. Nothing at all, really. I mean, they're out there pretty much on their own, yelling at the wind, like Garden State, yelling into the big black void, the abyss. No one there to help or protect them. And you know, these could be black women too. I don't really see, any of, the men who sit around and tell us that they're ready to play G.I. Joe and ready for war. We don't see them outside. We don't see them, anywhere. We just hear them squawking and yakking. You know, the usual thing that people do, especially men. And there is one person that's probably doing all the work. And wouldn't you know, I had to go and do a whole search, whole browse through, whole review. And there's one person putting in the work, putting in some elbow grease, you know, making sure that everything's clean and scruffy on the inside and outside. And when you know, it's just like any car wash. There's 4 people, and only one person is actually washing the car. The other 3 are just pretending. They're just there to get the tip money, so they can go over to the coffee stand, buy the finest pastries. And the person that's actually putting in the work, they're not gonna get much of the tip at all. And they don't have time to go and get a fancy pastry because they're doing the work. You know, one such individual like this, KJ, you know, I saw it. It was bad. And I've seen it twice in less than 30 days. You know, how much longer are you gonna let it happen? You know, cops touching your daughters, inappropriately putting their hands on them. You know, if it was anybody else, they wouldn't let that go. Take it from me, I know. I've been there. I've seen it. We don't allow that here, baby boo. You put your hands on some girl or a woman here, and there's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a real fight. But I saw it twice down south, where they say they have southern hospitality and southern manners. They they put their hands on KJ, you know, twice. 2 different police officers. You know, that's sad. The second time resulted in breaking a nail. And you know, the cops were called in advance because there was an event, and they wanted to disrupt the event by bringing awareness to something, which is all right that you have as a citizen to freely address your government, your institutions, the people that are making decisions that are impacting your community, or you believe to be impacting your community. And well, that's what they showed up and did, and the police were there in advance. But the officer, he touched her, and well, he broke one of her nails. You know, how many people do you think from the Nation of Islam are contacting KJ to be like, what do you need? How many people do you think are contacting KJ from the Black Panther Party? Hey KJ, what do you need? No, that's dysfunction 101. You know, if somebody puts their hand on you, pretty soon it's going to get worse. What are you going to wait till, well, one of the officers decides to rub up on her? You know, if you really cared about women, especially black women, especially young black women, who will have all types of potential, all types of energy, and well, are supposed to be black girl magic. I'm surprised that none of you fuckers have said anything about that. You know, it takes an hour to tell you that, well, you shouldn't allow somebody to put their hands on your girls, on your daughters, on your sisters. That's a shame. You see, now we're fair, even Stephen.